Let's be honest. We've all been told that discipline is just about willpower and motivation. But what if that's all wrong? Today, we're diving into a much more ruthless and, frankly, more effective way to build an absolutely unshakable mind. This isn't self-help. This is a campaign. Because the truth is, discipline isn't about feeling motivated or getting a gold star. It's a high-stakes, knockdown, drag-out battle for control over your own mind. And in this war, you're either the commander in charge of your army, or you're gonna get crushed by your own weaknesses. It's that simple. And this, right here, this lays it all out. On the left, you've got what we're all sold, modern discipline. It's soft, it's about apps, feeling good, seeking comfort, and, being easy on yourself. But look at the right. Machiavellian discipline treats this like a military campaign. It's not about feelings, it's about strategy. It's not about comfort, it's about embracing hardness. It's about building a fortress, not a safe space. So let's get this central idea locked in. Forget your daily planner for a second. Your mind, it's a kingdom, it's a territory, and you have to govern it with absolute authority. Think about it. What happens to a kingdom when there's no strong ruler? It falls apart, right? It descends into chaos. And that's exactly how most of us are living. Our minds are these decaying cities, constantly being invaded by distractions, sabotaged by our own excuses. We become easy targets for any temptation that wanders by. Without that strategic discipline, you're not free. You're enslaved by chaos. Okay, so if we need to become this kind of ruthless, effective ruler, who's our guide? Well, our general in this war is Niccolo Machiavelli. But we're not looking at him as some dusty historical figure. No, think of him as the ultimate master strategist for your internal war. You see, Machiavelli's brutal wisdom wasn't cooked up in some comfy library. It was forged in the absolute fire of 16th century Italy. This was a world of non-stop war, betrayal, and total political chaos. As a diplomat, he had a front row seat to what made rulers win and what made them fail. And then, after he was arrested, tortured, and exiled, he wrote The Prince. This wasn't philosophy. It was a hardcore, brutally practical survival guide for a ruthless world. And this quote, wow, it gets right to the heart of his thinking. For Machiavelli, order, even if it's harsh, is always, always better than the chaos and ruin that comes from weakness. And that doesn't just apply to a country. It applies directly to the state of your mind. A little bit of internal oppression to keep order is way better than the anarchy of being ruled by your every whim and impulse. So, every military campaign starts with the same thing, reconnaissance. To win this internal war, you first have to survey the battlefield. And your number one tool for gathering that intel? Solitude. But let's ask a real question here. Why are we so terrified of this? Our whole society teaches us that being alone is a sign of failure, that we need constant noise, constant distraction. The philosopher Blaise Pascal said something amazing. He said that basically all of our problems come from the fact that we can't just sit quietly in a room by ourselves. And this is where Nietzsche just hits the nail on the head. He makes this critical distinction. You see, loneliness is a feeling of lack, of missing something. But solitude? Solitude is a chosen state of fullness. It's a strategic retreat. So let's completely reframe this. Solitude is not isolation. It's the commander's map room. It's that quiet space where you can finally see the terrain of your mind clearly. It's where you identify your weaknesses, your fears, all those internal enemies, without the constant noise of the outside world. This is ground zero. This is where your strategy begins. Okay, so you've surveyed the territory. You know the battlefield. Now it's time to execute. Here are the 3 non-negotiable rules for taking absolute dominion over your mind. All right, rule 1, constant vigilance. Every single day, you have to inspect your thoughts, just like a general inspects his army. Where are the weak spots? Where is laziness creeping in? You gotta be ruthless. 2, clear strategy. This means you build rigid, non-negotiable routines. Your brain is lazy, it will always, always choose the easy path. So you remove the choice. The workout happens, period. And 3rd, and this is the one most people won't do, relentless reinforcement. Modern discipline is all about rewards. This is about consequences, real, painful consequences. If you skip a workout, you don't just try again tomorrow. No, you donate money to a political party you hate, or you do 2 workouts the next day. The price has to be real. And this, right here, this is the outcome. On the left, you've got the mind of a subject. You're totally governed by your feelings, you're always waiting for motivation to strike, and you just react to whatever life throws at you. But on the right, that's the mind of a prince. You're governed by strategy, you act on cold, hard commitment, and you don't just react to life, you actively shape it. So all these daily tactics, they're absolutely crucial. But what's the long-term play? What's the grand strategy? It's all about using this discipline to build defenses against the one thing none of us can control: fate itself. Now, to get this, you need to understand two key Machiavellian ideas. First, you have fortuna. Think of fortuna as the wild, unpredictable chaos of the world. It's luck, it's fate, it's the storm you didn't see coming. And against it, you have virtù. That's your strength, your skill, your disciplined power. It's the force you use to impose your will onto that chaos. And Machiavelli had this incredible metaphor. He said, you can't stop the river of fortune when it's raging in a flood. That's just a fact. But what you can do in times of calm is build dikes. You can build barriers. You can prepare your defenses. And that is the whole point. All this hard, daily discipline, the routines, the vigilance, the consequences, it's not just about getting a small win today. It is the slow, deliberate, grueling act of building your dikes stone by stone, so that when the inevitable flood of crisis or tragedy or chaos arrives, you are not swept away. And that brings us to the end. It brings us to the one choice that really matters. This isn't about self-improvement anymore. This is about survival. This is about dominion. Remember this, your mind is your kingdom. And a throne is never, ever empty. There's no such thing as neutral ground in this war. You have to understand this with total clarity. Either you seize that throne and rule your mind with an iron will, or something else will. Your impulses, your fears, the chaos of the world around you, they will govern you. So, in the war for your own mind, you can only be one of two things: the prince who rules or the prisoner who is ruled. The choice is yours.